Good morning. My name is Robin, and this morning I'm going to share a little bit with you about what I've learned regarding school counselor roles and the effectiveness. But one thing that really stood out this week was how ambiguous the role of a counselor is. And not just a counselor, but a school counselor. And just when I think that I have, a concrete definition or outline of the roles, I read something else and realize, wait, there's more. Or wait, maybe that's not part of our job. But one thing that I found interesting was the unity in the fact that these roles can get blurry no matter where you're working or what guidelines you're following. So the AC or the ASCA says that school counselors improve student success for all students through the implementation of a comprehensive school counseling program. Counselors then use a combination of student standards and professional standards to develop, implement, and assess their programs. Some of their roles include individual short-term student goals, short-term counseling, referrals to outside references, student advocacy, needs assessments, which also comes with the school counselor being able to analyze data that comes with that needs assessment. They also collaborate with teachers, families, and students. I didn't really find any of that surprising, as I work closely with school counselors in the district that I work at now. And what I've learned during my first week of practicum actually is that the role of counselors extends far beyond that, even when it's not a part of our duties. I see this as more of a see a need, fill a need position in our school counselors. So we end up in the lunchroom on lunch duty, we end up on bus duty, we end up doing scheduling, administrative tasks, as far as to being substitutes when teachers are out and there's no one to cover for them. So I understand the need for the roles to be filled, but I also see that this can be challenging for counselors to be as effective as they could be. And speaking of effectiveness, I combed through the articles that we were given as a resource this week, and I found that there's not much empirical evidence that is kind of in a unity where it's in agreement with everything. But most of what I've seen did consider school counselors as effective. I think it was Carroll and Hoekstra from 2014 that used local data to conclude that counselors were effective in improving academic achievement. And another study by Winston, ETL 2011, found that school counseling interventions have a positive effect on students. So I'm not surprised by this data that supports counselors. As I said, I work closely with counselors also in the school system, so I see the impact that they're making. But I know for me, I cannot wait to become a school counselor, and many of you could probably agree. And just to get that hands-on experience and go out there and be as effective as we can be. So to close this out, I want to leave you with Matthew 7:16, which says, you will recognize them by the fruits that they bear. This is part of one of my favorite scriptures, but it's my prayer for myself and for all of us that we will be known as counselors by the fruit that we bear. And also that was King James Version. But thank you.